All right, guys, this is very exciting. Our next guest is one of the most exciting fighters to watch in the flyweight division, representing City Kickboxing and New Zealand. He will return in December to welcome Cody Garbrandt to his division. Don't blink. Kai Kara-France is back on the program. He's brought a couple of friends. There's Sophie the giraffe, and there's Kobe, his brand new son. Kai, welcome back, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, boys. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to always talk to you.
Tell you what, man, Kobe looks like he's loving this Sophie the giraffe character right here. And by the way, Sophie, what a great name for a giraffe. I feel like anybody listening in a zoo right now can take some hints from that one. Let's talk about the big news, though, man, because the MMA world is still buzzing. After news broke of your fight with Cody, first off, we have to get the official confirmation, man. Is this fight officially set for December?
Yeah, it is. We're locked in. It's been in the pipelines for quite a while, but the date was undecided, and we were back and forth a little bit. You know, I'd rather fight sooner rather than later, but I think due to personal issues, Cody said December is a better date for him, and I don't want to miss out on this fight, so I said let's just lock it in. So yeah, December 11th. I don't know the location yet, but I know we'll be squaring off. So. I can't wait, you know, big fight for me, big name, high profile, but definitely a winnable fight. So, yeah, I want to test myself against, you know, ex-champs and get myself a title shot. So, best way to do that is to take out high profile fighters.
And it's a really exciting matchup. I know you said on July 12th, I mean, you posted that video of Cody talking about potentially fighting you. You mentioned how this has been in the pipeline for quite some time. Did you know quite a while before then that this fight was in the works? Break it down for us.
Yeah, we've obviously entertained the idea. I said if he drops the flyweight, I would love to welcome him to the division. And it was something that came across the table with my managers, Ash and Eugene. And I was originally going to fight earlier, maybe on the same card as Volkanovski in September. Mm-hmm. We had a few names. It wasn't Cody. It was some other names. But then they came across. They came back to us and said, "Hey, does Kai want to wait? We want to give him the Cody fight." At the time, all the flyweights were booked. So this is where all the top guys in the top 5 all had fights. So it was just kind of a waiting game. And I said, "Oh, he's not ranked, but you know, high profile fight. I'll definitely take this fight." So it was a kind of just a verbal agreement, and then now we've both agreed, and both about to sign, and I'm just glad we've kind of secured it, because I know there's a lot of guys that want to fight him. You know, Sean O'Malley has been in talkings. I know Moreno even said he would love to fight him, the current champion. So I think it's a great test for myself and for him. You know, he hasn't been at flyweight yet. And it's a bit, I don't feel like it's the right thing for the UFC just to give him a title shot. You know, he's to prove his worth. He's 1-4 in his last 5. And it's a great matchup for the fans. You know, both guys that like to stand, like to trade big, huge punches and get finishes. So I don't see this fight going any other way but squaring up in the middle of the octagon and swinging. So, yeah, I'm excited for this. And this is something that I want, you know, something that's going to motivate me. And well, definitely now, you know, my son and providing for my family is only going to be bigger and better matchups in the future. Having Moreno as the current champ definitely gives me a lot of confidence, knowing that like I took him to the close decision, and I'm where I should be fighting, you know, the top guys in the flyweight division.
Yeah, 100%. I can't wait for this fight. Why do you think they chose you? Because it seems like, you know, like you said, you already had an opponent, and then they kind of put quite a lot of effort into making you available for Cody. Why do you think you were the guy for, you know, what is quite a big debut in the division?
I think it's to do with obviously him fighting a bantamweight hasn't been working out the best, and I think it's just a combination of things. Him trying to, I guess, stay relevant and I guess stay in title contention, and dropping down a weight class. It's happened before with TJ Dillashaw, thinking it's going to be easier fights, but he can't take that. You can't take the same shots. You know, I used to fight bantamweight as well, and I used to walk forward more often, and I could take the bigger shots. But when I dropped the flyweight, you got to be smart and you got to be very careful if you come forward, because your body can't take those same punches. And I've done it. My body's accustomed to this weight cut now, but this will be Cody's first time doing it. So that will be interesting to see how his body reacts to these kind of weight cuts. I think that might have been a reason to push it back to December. But I'm going to be in camp pretty much from now onwards, just slowly building, upskilling at City Kickboxing, and just getting better and bringing more tools to the table come fight night in December. But I'm just grateful that I got the matchup UFC. This is a great fight for me, and I can't wait to test my skills against a big name.
100%. Well, that's the thing. You mentioned like sometimes people think it's an easier fight going down a weight, and obviously he is a huge name. Do you get a sense, like sometimes you can kind of read the promotion, do you get a sense in any way that like, okay, either the UFC or him is kind of looking at you as a bit of a, in a way like a stepping stone to getting Cody that title shot? Do you feel like they're kind of serving you up here? And I wonder if that kind of puts a chip on your shoulder.
You can look at it at both ways. You can look at it them trying to, build him up at flyweight, build Cody up, or you can look at it as them seeing potential in me, taking the current champ to a close decision, being exciting. I've got 3 bonuses on my resume now. I think both of us have 10 knockouts on our record. So this fight can't go any other way but a barn burner coming forward. He's an emotional fighter where once he gets hurt, in his last fight, he did a few good things that isn't usual of him, going for takedowns, being smarter and, being more protective. But you saw in the later rounds, once he started getting clipped with that jab against Rob Font, he resorted back to what he does, and that's grab the cage and swing for the fences. So for my style, I like to come forward. I like to swing. I like to, stand up, kickbox and use my boxing. There's no, threat of him trying to lay and pray and just, get a decision. He's going to come forward, and I'm going to come forward. My last fight was in March, so quite a long time off, out of the ring and out of the UFC. So I've been able to kind of develop more things and upskill and try to evolve my game as much as I can. And having this fight in December just gives me more time and now a face to kind of train towards. And my coaches will be watching all the footage. There's a lot of footage of Cody, which is awesome, that we can pick apart and try to exploit his weaknesses. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a massive test for me, but a test where I feel like I'm going to thrive in having a crowd again, hopefully. I'm not sure if this is a fight night or a pay-per-view, but I'm hoping it's back with a crowd, because that's going to make for even better recipe for Fight of the Year candidate.
It's interesting because obviously when you fight a guy who's making his debut in a lower weight class, there's always, I suppose, a little bit of a worry in the back of your mind of what if he can't make the weight? What if he struggles? What if during the fight week he's cutting the weight and his body stops working in some kind of capacity and they pull the fight? Are you worried at all at his age about him trying to make this debut against you? Do you have a little bit of that fear in the back of your mind?
Not too much. I know he doesn't cut too much from to make bantamweight, and I've heard that even after he's rehydrated, I'm probably weighing more than him when I'm at flyweight after the weigh-in. So he said he doesn't have to cut too much, and he said it won't be too bad of a cut to make down to flyweight. So I'm not too worried about him. He's got a lot of time, over 4 months to get ready. So I'm sure he'll be training from now onwards and cleaning up his diet and bringing his body weight down. That's the thing about you when you cut down a weight class. You got to do it slowly, and your body has to kind of get used to being at a lighter weight. Otherwise, what happened to TJ, your body starts to shut down. You don't want to train. There's no motivation there. There's no energy, which means you're going to be coming into fight week flat and just overtrained. And it's happened to me before in fight camps where I've done it too quickly, like kind of cramming for an exam. And you're putting too much into the weight cut and not enough into the actual fight camp, where you're not upskilling, you're not actually game planning, you're just in a fat camp kind of thing. And that sucks. I hate camps like that where you're kind of behind and you have only a few weeks to get quite a bit of weight off, and the clock's kind of against you. But having a lot of time ahead of us, and we know this fight's going to be happening, you can just be a lot more organized, working with nutritionists, working with the right people to make sure you're turning up fight week in the best shape possible. So I've working with a lot of great mentors and coaches that I brought in. Geordie, the fight dietitian, I've been working with him since the start of my UFC debut. He's been massive help, being able to be a lot more functional at flyweight and have energy in my training camps. Working with Sun's my strength coach, and then obviously he's training at a city kickboxing. It's been a massive help for my camps, just bringing in all these different coaches and learning off them. So I'm sure Cody's doing the same, and I'm not too worried. I know he'll be looking forward to ending the year the right way, but it's going to be a bad night for him.
I know you touched on it before, and that is the fact that we haven't seen a huge evolution in his style since he's become champion. He has had some, but not as much as a lot of other fighters in that time frame. And you mentioned how he might just be really focused on cutting the weight, making the weight for this debut. Do you feel like maybe he's underestimating you a little bit in some of these striking exchanges? Do you believe that he kind of brings in the same game plan of trying to get into a brawl, trying to land shots on you? And do you think he might be surprised compared to what he's thinking is going to happen on the night when you guys actually do get into that octagon, using that kind of style and game plan?
Oh, definitely. If he thinks he's just going to walk me down and try bully me, that's what I want people to do. I want people to think that I'm going to try run, or I'm going to try, I guess, evade and get out of these exchanges. But I kind of welcome that, because I want him to think he's got the upper hand, and then he's going to be walking straight into a straight right or a straight left. That's how I see it happening. I see him being very aggressive right from the start, trying to bully me just because he's taller. But he'll know straight away, once I land that first punch clean on his chin, he'll realize, okay, I need to respect his power. I need to make sure that I can't just walk in anymore. And that happens with a lot of the guys in this division. They think because they're the taller fighter, they can just walk forward. But all my fights, I've clipped them and they take a back step, or they just respect the distance a lot more. They know they just can't walk in anymore. But that's just the fight game. You can't just walk in with a right hand. You got to be more well-rounded than that. And for his game plan, that's kind of what he's always banked on. And you can see how it's come off second best in his last few outings. So for this fight, I'm excited because, he's going to be bringing in a style that I like to do as well. And he won't be trying to just go for takedowns and try to just go on my back and choke me out. And for my last outing, I've been learning a bit more escapes, not just trying to get them tied off my back and then going for knockouts. But I'm looking forward to this one, and I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening once he feels my power.
Yeah, the power. Speaking of power, nothing makes you feel more powerful than a set of freshly shaved balls. And the only place and way to do that is with Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. The new beast is out. The new technology with its travel lock, the LED light that you've come to love. You can now turn that off whenever you want. If you don't need it, it's still waterproof. Now you get more guards, so you can trim everything to whatever length you desire. The ceramic blade is there, the best technology, the skin-safe technology, the patented design so that it doesn't cut your balls when you're shaving. It also, if you get the performance package 4.0, you get the weed whacker so that you can take care of all the, forest growing in your hair, your ear hair, wherever you want. And then the performance package also comes with the crop preserver, ball deodorant, which is great for in the mornings when you're just starting your day and you want to smell fresh. The crop reviver toner, which is like a mid-game check just to spice things up and freshen things up down there. And then you got the performance boxer briefs so that you can be, walking around town, strutting around in fresh new undies, and you get the shed travel bag to carry all your goods in there. Can't go wrong. Use the code submission, get 20% off, save some money, save some chums, and be a better man. Isn't that right, Dennis?
That's right, Cass. Save some money and then put that money somewhere where it's going to get you some real rewards. And there's only one place to go and do that, and that is MyBookie. If you guys sign up with promo code submission, you can take advantage of up to a $1,000 bonus on your first deposit. Do it today because you got some crazy fights coming up. Obviously, UFC 265 right around the corner. You got the Olympic Games and everything in between. Don't be that guy who missed out on an opportunity to make some serious cash this coming weekend. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie, Cass. And once you put that bet down and you're ready to go, why not find a place to watch the fights? It's so frustrating finding the right place to watch the fights with your friends. And the guys at Matchpoint have really made it easy and simple for everybody to do that now.
Yeah, that's right, man. Just click the link down below in the description. We've got it in the top comment pinned as well. It'll take you straight to UFC 265 so you can find a pub near you or not near you, whatever you want, where you can watch the fights. You basically go in, you pick your team. So in this case, it's MMA or UFC 265. You click the event and then you basically go, all right, well, here's a list of pubs, any one that you desire. For me, I don't really want to be near my area. I'd rather go towards the city where there's a little bit more action. It's a bit more lively. For example, like the Swan in Richmond, you go in there and you can see everything from how many screens they have, is there volume, can I actually listen to the commentary, you know, like how some pubs they have the volume on mute and you can't really hear the commentators, which takes away from the experience. It says the pub rating, you've got all the deals, if there's any kind of discounts, you've got it there. You can see you know, what everybody's saying about the pub, what they do good, what they do bad. And you can pick your outing with your friends and make sure that you go to a place where the fights are actually playing. There's nothing worse than going to a pub or a sports bar and then you come to find, oh, they're not actually showing the fights for whatever reason. Never miss a date, never miss a fight again, never have to stream ever again. Thanks to Matchpoint. Use the link in the comment section below or in the description. But just Kai, going back to you, you mentioned the TJ fight with Cejudo, and that was kind of the story of a guy, you know, who fought at flyweight for a long time. Obviously, Cejudo, you know, had some misses as well, but he was used to the weight class. And then TJ making that first time cut, and it just seemed like he was not as durable as he was at bantamweight. Do you look at that fight and kind of think, man, we could be seeing a similar situation here? You touched on it earlier as far as the ability to take shots and absorb blows.
Yeah, definitely. This is how I can see it happening as well. If you're depleting your body and sparring in these camps, if you're taking too many shots, when you rehydrate, you can't actually put too much. Your body's not going to be used to taking that much water back into your brain, and essentially that's going to mean you can't take as many shots and you can't absorb as much damage as you're used to taking. So. If you're used to that like kind of brawl style where you walk forward and you take a punch to give a punch, it won't take much to find that off button. And it happened with TJ, come forward and he thought he could bully TJ Cejudo, and you know it really was his downfall. And you could say that was early stoppage, but it wasn't really. And then look what happened with him getting popped for EPO and being out for 2 years. So you know. It just goes to show you can't cheat your way into this division, and you can't cheat your way into a weight cut. You know, you got to do the work. You got to do it properly. Otherwise, it's really gonna be a bad night for you come fight night. So hopefully, you know, TJ's learned from his old teammates not what to do, and this division is so exciting right now. It's you know, one of the most talked about divisions. There's so many good matchups to be made. Having the champ Brandon Moreno doing so well and beating Figueiredo with a massive performance. It just shows that, you know, I'm only this could be my last fight until a title fight. Get past a big test like Cody Garbrandt, big name fight like that, put on a clinic and get a finish. I can leapfrog the top 5 and get a title shot myself. So that's definitely what's motivated me. Knowing that a title shot's right in front of me, just got to, you know, show my worth and show why I'm the best in the world. And this fight, I'm definitely going to be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned it before. Obviously, you've spent time in the octagon with Brendan at UFC 245.
Yeah.
How satisfying would it be for you to get that one back, but also have the belt wrapped up in that process? And would you say that the rematch looks like a different fight compared to that first one that you guys had at UFC 245? Or do you see a lot of similarities and a bit of a continuation in some of the aspects of it?
Yeah, it's definitely a massive motivator for me. Looking at Moreno, and that's where I want to be. You know, he's done well to get to where he is, but you know, a few adjustments in that fight, I could have definitely won it. I definitely won the first round, dropped him twice, but he adjusted well, kicking my right hand, took away the sting out of my punches, and he ended up edging out that decision. So when I see us rematching in the near future, I can definitely see it going differently. I've learned from my mistakes in that fight. In all my fights, you know, I like to be honest with myself, and I want to see what I could have done differently, and I work on those holes in my next camp. So for this, when I fight Brandon again in the near future for the belt, it's going to go a whole lot different. You know, he's not going to be able to shut me down with his kick like he did in that last fight. And yeah, I'm just going to be a lot more smarter, a lot more clinical, and I know he loves to brawl as well. He loves those kind of fights, so I'll welcome that. But I can't wait for this matchup against Cody, and then seeing myself in 2022, the flyweight champion. It's a long time coming, but with the best team in the world, City Kickboxing, you know, sky's the limit.
I know. You got Blood Diamond in the UFC now. You got like a million people in there in the UFC. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The Kiwi, the Anzac takeover. And you're right. I can't wait for this fight either. Why has it got to be in bloody December? Why can't it be, you know, today, tomorrow? But, you know, got to wait a little bit. What is the prediction, man? When you see yourself getting it done against Cody Garbrandt, what's the prediction?
Yeah, like I would have loved it sooner than later. We were talking about November in Madison Square Garden, so I kind of had my mindset on that. But then he came back with us, back to my managers, and said, "Hey, I can't make it till December." So it is what it is. At least it's secure and it's locked in. Our next battle is to get some vouchers for coming back home. So December's not actually open up yet. So there is hope for me to get vouchers and have a quick turnaround to get back home. So I'll be home at least probably before New Year's. But my prediction for this fight, I see it first or second round knockout. I don't see it going any other way. I see him coming forward. I see him swinging hard, trying to bully me, but he'll get caught. He'll get set up in a trap, and then eventually I'll find that off button. That's the only way I see it happening. So if you're a fight fan and you love knockouts, this is the fight to watch. I know a lot of people saying he should have got other matchups. There's more exciting matchups like Sean O'Malley and other bantamweights, but no, this is a fight. If you're a fight fan and you know our styles, then this could only go one way, and that's by knockout.
Well, guys, make sure to follow the man at Kai Kara France on Twitter and Instagram, and of course check out all the merch and Engaged and City Kickboxing as well. Dude, we can't wait. This is another huge fight for the region. I mean, how awesome is it? We can't wait. It's a shame that it's in December, but we appreciate you joining us. And we look forward to seeing the camp and how everything comes together. And also, you know, Sophie and Kobe and a lot more Instagram updates in the future. Thank you so much, dude.
Cheers, boys. Thank you. Next time, I'll get Kobe to do his little tricks he does. Where, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. Yeah, I've been teaching him. So
nice.
Stay tuned for that one.
We got to do that. It has to be a Kobe update at least before the fight. Thank you so much, Kai.
Awesome, boys. Catch you guys later.
Thanks, Kai. Bye.